Hello, this is for the IDEA Public Schools Transportation Department Route Creation Expectations. Originally, this presentation was given to all our managers. If you are a manager watching this, then it's going to be a refresher for you. For our drivers who are working from home, we will go through it kind of quickly, but just so that they can also get a good idea what we're looking for as they're driving their routes. We want to make sure that everybody understands what our expectations for the routes are, what to look for in regards to safety, and understand the route safety certification. This is a process that managers go through for all our routes, for our stops, and we wanted to make sure that also the drivers know what to look for as they're out there driving. The main considerations when we plan a route and modify it are, of course, number one, safety. Number two, safety. Number three, safety. Once again, safety is the most important thing that we want to look for. We want to make sure all our students are safe as they're coming on and off the bus and as they're being driven to and from school. Of course, we also want to make sure they are on time to and from school. So promptness is very important to us. But of course, we're not going to sacrifice safety in order to be on time. Likewise, it's more important to be on time than to make it the most efficient route. If we're going to be late, then there's no point in being on time. No point in saving money if we're going to be taking all the students to school late, right? Keeping those in mind, this is what we look for. What can managers do about route safety? They can review the route path. Is it wide enough? Does it go through construction? And review the stops. Are they in safe locations? Are they community stops? Manager has driven route in a full-size school bus. So all our managers are required to every single route that we plan, that they first, before we make it, put it out there, that they have already driven it and make sure that it's a safe route, that it's going to get us to school on time, and that it is an efficient route. They need to be using a full school bus, a full-size school bus. Stops are not in a speed zone greater than 35 miles per hour. Guys, please, this is what I ask all our drivers. If you ever see a stop where the road on which it is greater than 35 miles per hour, raise your hand, let us know. Let everyone, let your manager know that we're going to have to move that stop. It is our goal to have all the stops be away from main thoroughways. We want to make sure that the children don't need to cross the street. So if there's a modification that we need to make, where instead of going, we can go around the block and maybe come back and have the students get down, or the majority of students get down on the side that they're going to, where their houses are. We want to make sure that they're not crossing a street to get to the stop where they're going to be picked up. Keep an eye out for loose, dangerous animals. We do not want, even if they look safe, they look friendly, sometimes it is the students who are not as friendly as the animal. So even a friendly animal, when it's poked at, will react. So we don't want any loose animals. We pretty much want to consider them all dangerous, right? Because we really don't know. The community stops need to be in a safe location, and we know how to identify it. I mean, if there is a bar, some nightlife close by, an adult business close by. We don't want it to be there. You can see if there's a lot of crime in the area, a lot of tattoos. I'm sorry, a lot of graffiti on the walls. Just as a bus driver, I would trust you to know, be able to spot these places out, and let us know. Once again, please help us to make sure that all the stops are safe. There needs to be an understanding that we're not going to be backing up the bus. The route needs to be planned in such a way that your manager doesn't inadvertently make you back up. The streets need to be wide. I know sometimes it's not possible because of the communities that we take care of. But please, if you see a better way to get to where we need to be, a wider street or safer street, once again, raise your hand. Like I said at the beginning, safety comes first, and it's not going to make us be late. Promptness, and thirdly, is efficiency. So we are willing to sacrifice some of that efficiency in order to make sure that the route is safe, or safer than it is. We want to avoid railroad crossings. If you're crossing a railroad, and you see a way that we can avoid it, raise your hand, let your manager know. There's got to be acceptable traffic volume. We don't want you to be out there with a lot of traffic. The more traffic there is, the more dangerous it can become. More likely there might be an incident. Whenever possible, we want to use a sidewalk, unload students on a sidewalk. On streets that have sidewalk, we want to make sure there's enough visibility for students and drivers. The stop shouldn't be on a curve or any place where it's going to be obstructed or in view. There should be plenty of parking for the parents. We don't want to cause incidents because the parents are all piled up in there. This is where we get to efficiency. Of course, we do keep an eye on efficiency. We do want to make sure that the route makes sense, that you're not going back and forth between stops. Once again, nobody knows the road or the area better than you guys, better than the drivers. If you see improvements, a way to make it a little bit better, a little bit faster, let us know. Just keep in mind that, once again, talking about safety, we want to make sure that the bus is full the least amount of time possible. Meaning, when we go far, we want to drive far with the least amount of students, right? The less students that are in the bus, it's always the better. Less students being put at risk. There shouldn't be any obstructions on the road, of course. Low-hanging branches, that sort of thing. And now here's your quiz. Please answer the following 3 questions via text or email to your manager. Number 1, what is the maximum speed allowed on stops? Number 2, what is the number 1 consideration when planning a route? Besides safety and efficiency, what is another consideration when planning a route? So we have safety, we have efficiency. What is the third? And that concludes this presentation. Once again, talk to your managers, send them the answers to the questions, and please stay safe.